Hi there. One of the questions we've been asked to have a look at is importing data into Excel. Now, quite often you can either export in an Excel format from a program, or you can just copy and paste it in, especially if it's an Office program. So copying and pasting from Word or any of those other Office programs into Excel is pretty easy. But what if it's not a program that likes to play nice with Excel? Well, there are a few other options you can explore. I'm just going to run through them now. Excel will import from other sources. So, as I said, we talked about from Access and SQL servers, you can bring data in from those. That's quite simple because they're already in tabular format, so they match up very well with Excel. But what if it's just a text? So you've got a list of information, but it's in a text format. There are a few type of text files that Excel will actually work with, and we'll have a look at them now. So I've got a Word document here that I've got some information in that I want to get into to Microsoft Excel. So you can see it's just a list of items. That would quite easily go into an Excel spreadsheet, but it's not obviously something I can just copy and paste in at the moment. It will just go in as one big thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this file, not as a Word document, but as something else. So if I come up to my Backstage View file and I click on the Save As button, what I'm going to save it as is this one here called plain text. So just a .txt file. I'm just going to click on that and hit save. You get a little pop-up box. Just leave it as default. So yeah, we're just going to leave it as Windows default encoding for this. That's fine. I'm just going to click OK. So that's all saved now. So I can come back to my Excel spreadsheet. So under your data tab, there is an import button there. It is from text. So I'm just going to click on that one there. So this is the one we want to use. As you can see, I've already got it navigated to the right location here for me, but you might need to navigate to where yours is saved. The type of files it can work with are a few different types. It's basically, it's got in there by default, it's got text files, which is just a standard text word file. CSV, which is a comma separated value. It will also work with another one which isn't shown here, which is called TSV, which is tabular separated value. So comma separated value has a comma between the information, tab has a tab between. You see tabular separated values on some programs. I believe Oracle uses that one. And PRN. PRN is a print to file, so quite often you'll see there's an option when you print something to select a print to file as your print option. You can open those types of files as well. Whether it can work out what's in there into an Excel format depends on the next few steps, but you can certainly give it a go. So if you're looking for a way to get information in, you can try printing it to file and then importing it as well. But the best way is just to save it as a text or a comma separated value if it's available. So I'm going to select my text document there, and I'm just going to hit the import button. Okay, so you've got a couple of different types for importing. Depends how your information is set up. Mine has got spaces between each of the items, so I'm fine to use a delimited option. So as it says up here, delimited characters such as commas or tabs separate each field, also spaces in there. And then fixed width, which I'll come back and have a look at in a second. So I'm going to go with a delimited option for the moment. So delimited, you can see that basically you've got a whole heap of options that you can choose. So if you had semicolons, you could click that and pick up on the semicolons, commas. I've got spaces, so I'm just going to click on that. It does look a bit weird, but that's okay. It's just picking up where the spaces are. Treat consecutive delimiters as one. So if you have two spaces, it says that's not two sections, that's just one. And we're happy with that. If I click next, it allows me to do a bit more formatting on it, but we won't really worry about that for the moment. I can click clear and finish, and as you can see, it's dropped all that information in there for me. So that's done it. It's separated it out. You can see it's got all that information in there and it's separated out. So that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to do that again and show you the other one. So import from text. From text. Same file again. This time I'm going to use fixed width. So this is good if you don't have anything specifically separating it, or Obviously that space one won't work if you've then got a space, you've got like a first name and a second name and you want to keep that as one. It will see that space as two separate sort of columns, so it'll move those out. But this one, you can see I've come to the fixed width option there, and you can see I can actually just move these around. So if you've got big enough space between the two of them, you can actually just use that to work out where your columns are. If you click, you can create more of them. I'm just going to click next and finish. Again, that's brought that in there. So that's probably the most important way to import data. Most data is already in a tabular format, especially if it's in an Office program like Access, or even Word if it's in a table format, will come in fairly simple on copy and paste. If you're working with a third-party program, as I said, Oracle is a classic one. Oracle might not necessarily export directly to Excel format, but it will export to one of these text files, so either a tabular separated value, a comma separated value, or even if it just does it in a standard text. If it does it in standard text, as long as the layout is correct, so as long as you can sort of see that it's in a formula that is split up, it does become then very easy to import it in. Hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions, please let me know at robin@scopetraining.com.au. Thank you very much.